Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I'm here to tell you what to do in Paris. It's not an easy task because there are many things to do there, but we gathered the main sites, the tours that you can't miss and that you have to do in your trip. So this will be very quick tips, useful, and that will make a difference on your trip. So enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel guys, and like us if you really like the video. That helps us a lot, and let's go! Well, Paris is a big city, very touristic, one of the most visited cities in the world, and has a lot of cool things to do, but its 8 or 10 main sites that are not to be missed are the most famous. So first thing you need to do is to locate yourself in Paris. You need to understand the map of Paris. There's a video we made that's very good on where to stay in Paris that shows exactly which are the regions and where to stay close to everything, because then you'll be able to locate yourself a little bit better. If you want, we left a link here in the video description. I'll leave all the links that I'm going to mention here right in the description. It shows where is the best region. It's already delimited. It's an inside hotel search engine, which is one that we use to make our reservation. So click there and you open the map with the delimited area. If you stay in this area, you'll be in the center, close to everything and the best location possible. Well, here we go. Starting the list of what to do in Paris, you cannot start with the Eiffel Tower. It's the main tourist point of the city. Everybody wants to visit, and it's really a very beautiful place. The Eiffel Tower has a very nice park underneath. It's not only the tower, it has a very large park with gardens, lawns, so you can walk around there. Sometimes people go jogging, have picnics, so it's already another attraction. And a tip we give you, don't take pictures so close to the tower. People want to get very close, don't they, to take the close-up picture of the tower, but they don't get the whole tower and the picture looks very strange. So always try to go to the beginning of the park, or there's another observatory up there on the other side behind the Eiffel Tower that makes beautiful pictures. In the background you can frame it better and get the better shots, and you can go inside the Eiffel Tower. You have to buy a ticket and you can go up the second or third floor, which is a little bit higher. There is a restaurant inside. We went there, we booked and had dinner there. We didn't find it very good, to be very honest. It's very difficult to dislike a restaurant, but we found it too expensive and the services was not good and too fast. They arrive, you sit down, they put food on you and they throw you out because there is too much demand. So our tip is that you should not go to this restaurant and leave it for another one that's cheaper and tastier in Paris. You have better restaurants to eat, to be very honest with you. Now, talking a little bit about the second most famous spot in Paris, there is a little bit close to the Eiffel Tower. You go up close, the Seine River, which is another nice tourist spot, but there's not much to do, just walk along it, which is a river that cuts the city of Paris in half. It's very beautiful. There's a boat ride there that's also very nice, but then you go past it to the top of the Eiffel Tower and you have the Arc de Triomphe, which is another very nice tourist spot. There's not much to do there. It's more to take some pictures and you can go inside to visit it. There's a museum inside, there's an observatory. You can buy the ticket and visit inside as well. And the cool thing that we recommend, what is it? The Arc de Triomphe. It's at the end of the Champs-Élysées, which is the main avenue in Paris where all the glamour and luxury stores are. It's a very beautiful avenue that has all the brand stores and also non-brand stores. It has cheap clothing store accessible, and it has several fast food stores that are very cheap, more expensive cafes and restaurants. Anyway, it's a mix of all kinds of styles. There's in the middle of Paris, and it's very cool because you walk on it towards the Arc de Triomphe. So you see there at the end of it, it's a very nice tour. You can leave the Eiffel Tower and go there. Or another nice tip that we give you is to start there from the Louvre. The Louvre Museum has a park, so there's the museum and the park, which is very beautiful, extensive. Then you go through the park and get to the beginning of the Champs-Élysées, and then you finish it at the Arc de Triomphe. It's a very nice tour to do. You have to take a whole day because there's a lot to see and go on and on, but it's very worthwhile. These sites are beautiful. You lose your day, I mean, you can say you lose, but you enjoy your whole day and you see a lot of things together. And let's talk about the most famous museum in the world, the Louvre. It's a sensational museum, you can't miss it. Even if you don't like museums very much, you have to go there. And the people who are passionate about museums or art, for you to have a notion, sometimes they spend 3 or 4 days to visit the whole museum. If you're really are going to stop, appreciate the works. It will take more or less that long. It's very big. There are more than 4,500 works of art, objects, sculptures, paintings. It's a gigantic there, and more than 9 million visitors a year. So it's a must-see tourist attraction. It's very big. It really takes a long time because it's gigantic. You end up getting lost. Use the little map there because it's really huge, and it has a huge line, sometimes even bigger than the Eiffel Tower. So buy your ticket in advance. It guarantees that you won't have any trouble there. At the entrance there is another tourist attraction, which is that gigantic glass pyramid, which is very beautiful. People love to take pictures there. Then take the opportunity to know a little bit the Louvre Museum surroundings, and right next to the Louvre Museum there's the park that I commented there. It's very beautiful. It's not so big, but the decoration is amazing. Right after the park, between the park and the Champs-Élysées, the avenue which is the most famous, there's also the Concordia Square, which is a famous square there with a nice monument. Take a look, there are some cafes around it if you want to stop, and it's very nice, and you need to recover your energies after having visited the whole Louvre Museum. So it's another tourist spot as well. It's already there all together and you kill all at once. Now going down the Seine River a little bit and go to the other side of the city. On one side there's the Eiffel Tower, and on the other side there's Notre Dame Cathedral, which was one of the sites that we always recommended, but now unfortunately it went through the fire, which was very tragic. It shocked the whole world. It will take years to restore it, so when you go there you can take a look, but you probably won't be able to visit the inside. It's a church that has the Gothic style maintained. It's very old, a very beautiful history. Visited it, it's a really cool experience, but what's worth it is to walk in front of it to see it because it's an important tourist spot. There are some souvenir shops around it, some little shops with souvenirs for you to look at, so you should also stop by there because it's also very worthwhile because of the looks and the souvenirs as well. And right next to it, also close by, there are two important tourist spots. There's the Luxembourg Garden, which is a very beautiful, which was the tourist spot that surprised us the most because we didn't expect it. Nobody talks about it that much, but we found it very nice, a very nice environment. It's an area that has less tourists, so it's quieter. It's really a park where you can relax, enjoy the landscape. The palace is very beautiful. There's a mini palace inside that's also very nice from Luxembourg. Anyway, we thought it was very cool, very nice. There are a lot of little food stands there for you to eat something, a hot dog, have a coffee. It's very nice. And to finish this part of the sites that are in the historic center, there's also another museum that's very cool. After the Louvre Museum is considered the other coolest museum to visit in Paris, which is the Museum of Orsay. It's also a very famous museum. It has a lot of cool works of art, a lot of cool stuff. It doesn't have the Mona Lisa. If you want to see Mona Lisa, you should go to the Louvre, but the Orsay Museum has a lot of nice things, and it's a museum that for those who like art and know things, it's also very nice, and it's huge too. It's not as big as the Louvre, but it will also give you a few hours and hours there just looking at the artwork. And another cool thing to add to your list that some tourists love is shopping. They have a lot of nice places to shop. Incredibly, they have very cheap stores too. People associate Paris with luxury, with glamour, and they have all the stores you can imagine, the most luxurious one in the world, but there are also the cheapest stores. So there are all of them. There's Nike, Adidas, H&M that we like a lot. The clothes have a very good price. There are all the stores that you look for. There are handbag stores, glasses stores, watch stores, and there are multi-brand and are more cheaper. One store that we recommended that is a tourist attraction in itself, it's also the Galeria Lafayette. The Galeria Lafayette is a gigantic department store for us. It was easier to associate with a mall, except that it's open, not stores. It's a gallery that are several floors, and all the brands are distributed there with all the clothes, accessories, handbags, glasses, watches for you to buy everything. And there are brands that are very expensive, but if you visit the floors, there are some separate floors there on the accessible brands with cheap prices too. So take a look because it's beautiful. It's also some places to eat inside and everything. So take a look at it because it's worth it. The prices are good. And a nice tip if you go shopping in Paris is the tax-free. I'm going to talk about it quickly and then research it because it's really cool. What is tax-free? Almost all countries in the European Union have this agreement, so the tourists who visit these countries and cities can get a refund on their purchases. So in Paris, it works as follows. You buy anything over 75 euros, the store will ask you if you want tax-free or refund. If you say yes, you just need to present your passport or passport number, then they take a picture of you with it, and then you present it there and they will give you an envelope that has the tax receipt and a form filled out by her, and you will put it all together when you arrive at the airport that you are going back to your country. It doesn't have to be Paris, it's always the last one. If you're still going to another country, get all this together. If you're going to Barcelona, add the Barcelona one too. And in the last airport in Europe that you're going back to your country, you go there and hand in all these forms. It's indicated there, it's explained in the manuals, and then you get 12% of all of your purchase back in cash. They pay in cash, you get your euros there. It's a good saving depending on the amount you're going to buy, so stay tuned. Tax free, it's really worth it. You end up getting some good money back from your purchases. And to finish the list of what to do in Paris, we're going to talk about two sites that are in the Montmartre neighborhood. It's a little bit further away from the tourist center that you will need to move around a bit, but there are subways, you can take a taxi or an Uber, you can get there easily. There's the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, which is very beautiful. I don't know if it's pronounced like this or it's Sacré-Cœur, everyone speaks one way, so you have to take a look there. It's very easy to find. It's a church that it's up there, so it's a very beautiful basilica, very worthwhile to visit. And there's also the famous Moulin Rouge, which is very famous all over the world. It's worth a visit because it's very beautiful and everybody knows it by name. And that's it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the tips. If you liked the video, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel, and really helps us a lot. And follow us on social networks. We're always traveling around the world trying to show travel tips in a very cool way, and our family routine with our little one in a very relaxed way. If you like here or dislike the video, please comment here below. Leave your hint if you have any tips, if you think we missed anything, and if you have any doubts or want some help in planning your trip, any questions you want to ask, add us on social networks and send us a direct message or a message that will be happy to help you. And here I'll leave the video on how to save a lot in Paris. That's a sensational video that gives tips for you to save money throughout your trip from beginning to end. It's very good, it's very complete, so check it out. I'll leave it here along with the playlist that has all the other videos from Paris for you to watch and guide yourself to have the best trip possible. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have nice trips, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.